Everyone laughed at her for choosing a crippled man. A man on wheelchair with no money, no fame, just a wheelchair. They called her a fool. Her friends said she's insane. Her stepmother called her a shameless girl. But when the truth was revealed on their wedding day, everyone was shocked. This is the love story no one ever saw coming. If you're just tuning into this channel, please subscribe to our channel and give this story a thumbs up. Also tell us where you're watching from. In the heart of bustling Lagos mainland, where the air buzzed with the constant hum of kicky napeps and impatient danfo horns, there stood a humble tailor shop nestled between a boudoir and a hair salon. The faded sign read, "Go's Touch," of perfection, custom tailoring with love. And that was no empty slogan. Inside that modest shop worked a young woman in her 20s with eyes that held both strength and softness. Her hands, calloused from years of threading needles and pressing seams, moved like poetry over cloth. Every outfit she made had character. Every stitch was a silent testament to her devotion, not just to her craft, but to excellence. Customers from all over Sharere and even as far as AA came for one reason, Ngo's touch. Brides trusted her with their gowns. Working-class women leaned on her for their church clothes. Market women brought torn wrappers for mending, and she handled them with the same grace she gave lace. Even men, bankers, tailor, engineers often stood outside waiting just for fittings. "She is too good," they would say. "Her hand blesses every clothes she sewed," another would add. Yet inside her home, a small flat she shared with her stepmother and her mother, Ngozi received no such praise. Her stepmother, Madame Amy, treated her like the thread under her feet. She was the second wife of Ano's late father and had made it her mission to erase anything tied to his memory, including Inozi. "Nosy, come sweep this place before your useless customers start coming again," Ajma barked one early morning. Ngozi, who had just finished ironing a customer's lace blouse, didn't respond. She quietly folded the blouse, set it aside, and picked up the broom. She had learned that silence was her most powerful answer. It was dignity. Her mother, now older and weaker, stayed mostly in her room these days. "My daughter," she would whisper whenever she saw Inosi, "don't let wickedness change your heart." And she didn't. Ngozi opened her shop at 7 a.m. sharp. She swept the front, arranged her thread cones by color, tested her sewing machine, and prayed under her breath, "God, bring me good customers and bless the work of my hands." She never knew who would walk in next. Sometimes a demanding bride, other times a quarrelsome trader, but she served them all with one thing: respect. Lagos, for all its chaos, recognized quality when it saw it. And Eno's reputation grew, even if she remained quiet, modest, and unassuming. But envy has a way of growing in the hearts of the insecure. One evening, as Enozi returned home from a long day, her stepmother sat outside gossiping with neighbors. "She's charm attract customers," Ijma said loudly. "All these her fake smiles, she go still fall one day?" The neighbors laughed awkwardly, unsure whether to agree or walk away. Goy walked past them with her head high, holding a bag of fabrics close to her chest. She didn't know it yet, but fate was already sewing something remarkable into the fabric of her life. Not just success, not just recognition, love. And it would come in the most unexpected form. A man in a wheelchair, carrying a folded shirt and a heart full of quiet hope. It was a sweltering Tuesday afternoon in Lagos, the kind where even the air seemed tired. The sun blazed mercilessly over Surulere, and the smell of roasted corn, sweat, and impatience clung to the streets like perfume. Inside her shop, Yunazi dabbed her forehead with a handkerchief as the fan rotated sluggishly from one corner of the room to the other. She was seated at her sewing machine, carefully pressing the neckline of a blouse for one of her choicest customers, a church deaconess, who insisted that even her underlining be flawless. As the presser foot rose and fell, Go's concentration was unshaken until the shop bell jingled softly. Clink, clink. She looked up casually, expecting to see one of her regulars, but instead her eyes met something unexpected. A man in a wheelchair, slowly wheeling himself through her narrow door. He paused halfway as though unsure whether he was truly welcome. Mosi blinked, not out of shock, but of curiosity. She stood up immediately,